Hello friends, we are back with more Super Loco World, and we are here to expand our world into more industry, cloth and clothing. It looks like. Um, when I when you last were with me, which is English. I'd made a few little changes offline. The main thing is I have set up kind of waiting zones. So I didn't create any rail offshoots, but instead I've got, like, for instance, a traffic light here, because right now I've only got the one train, so I'm not as worried about an offshoot. But so, for instance, this iron train will wait until there's enough demand at the source, in this case the city, before it moves again. So that's going to save us fuel, save us congestion. We've got another one here, and actually what I did with this one is I've added a second wheat train, or grain, or whatever, flour, because the flour demand is actually very, very high. We can hold 8 times, or 32 grain can be held in the city, and it's eating 8 at a time. So a second train definitely seemed warranted. And what I've done is I've actually added logic to this station now, where it will hold the train up until it has a full load. And again, we've got enough rail room, I think, where, so this train's going to basically sit behind it, and that's fine. The only issue is, I guess, that the train that delivers tools, um, might get held up here. But since the only place it has to be is to deliver tools here, I don't think that's going to really matter. So yeah, so you can see, there you go, this train waited and waited, and now it's taken off with the full load. So that's not something it does by default at any stations, which makes sense. Often you kind of just want stations to, just keep the traffic moving. But yeah, I don't like needlessly spending on fuel. So yeah, I'd rather just wait there. Okay, so that's pretty much all we did. Ooh, we have a church. I'm pretty sure our city did not have a church before, so it has definitely grown up, and it has this pretty little town square, market, and fountain. All right, so I think, yeah, what we want to do, and we've been given another flower region, which I guess, makes sense, because yeah, we've filled up, even with tools coming in, it's still not enough to keep trains just moving through it. So if we want to get enough flour in to really fill the town's needs, we do need another flour station. And then, of course, we're going to need this whole thing. So I guess let's set up the flour. That's easiest, since it's just the one resource. And I kind of like the idea of just having it over here. We'll just have all our farming in one spot here. And yeah, now I think what would be smart, if I was actually smart, would be that all the flour trains kind of take a route through this, right? So I don't have, like, 2 trains for this flour station and then 2 trains for this one. Instead, the train just it looks to each station and goes to the one that will actually fill it up. All right, so yeah, let's set this up, and I'm gonna come back. We've seen this sort of thing set up before, so I think we'll record this live, but I'm not gonna record another farm. So I'll be back. All right, so we are back, and we have added our second flour mill here, and we've added another flour train. So we now have 3 7-car flour trains running on the network, and we had to add a bit of funky logic, but essentially, when it's coming down this line here, um, the flour train is going to it makes a decision as to, is there enough goods over here, and is there any other train? And if there's not, then it's going to head that way. Otherwise, it heads by default this way, and goes to our sort of larger flour mill. So I've got this flour mill with the tools, whereas this one is just a regular one and unupgraded. No reason to upgrade it unless you can get the tools to it, I believe. So that's what's going on. So you can see it's a little bit of congestion here, but I think that's just kind of the nature of things. It's just the refueling. But, you know, we've actually got 3 full loads of grain, but the thing is our village can take 3 full trains of grain and still not fill up. So we definitely are not at capacity in that regard. I am heavily worried about this town's growth potential in the future, though. As you will soon see, we do have a depot here. Wow, this is just a particularly ugly, ugly congested spot to come in on. But as long as everything keeps moving, I'm not too concerned. So we saw our first grain dump here, and then he should head over here. Although, yeah, I said if there's 6, it should head over here, so it does. So this train heads over to the sort of auxiliary. Meanwhile, our other grain train, knowing that there's a train over here, should head over to this way instead, because there is train on this track, and he does. And there's our tools just sort of getting picked up, and they'll just help this one. So everything's still moving. So now what we have is I've got a wool train about to depart. And so what we've done is we've expanded our wool up sort of, this was the originally where only planks are. But now we've got additional this way. So this is our next sort of main route here. And we're using blue trains for the cloth and whatnot. I'm just going to say this is our blue track. So they come up here, and here's our wool station. And then we're going to need basically 2 trains, because we're going to need one wool station that's going to just be running from here to here, essentially. And so I'm definitely going to put a fuel depot in here. But then we also need another train that's going to be running from our clothing line up here all the way down to the city again. So we do want a 2-way line over here, I think is fair to say. So let's sort of set that up, I think. I'm going to have it just join right here just to avoid this loop problem. Yeah, so our wool train's going to come over here, and take, actually maybe I might be able to copy this. You want to come over here. Let's get rid of the other one. Okay, so basically a wool train, if it's a wool train, go down here. If it's not, then keep going straight. And if you are right here, then you must always go straight. Just make sure that happens. Okay. Yeah, and then, so if you're not a wool train, you're going to go straight. And so essentially the clothing train is going to be sort of coming, yeah, so we have this kind of mess. So that's just really setting up our one-way path here. Okay. And we should start seeing flags back and forth. And so, so actually this really wants to say, if you have wool, go up here. But also our clothing line always wants to go up here too. So, it seems like everything's going to want to go up here. There's never a situation where it wouldn't. Oh, I guess if it's clothing that's empty. So what we really want to say is if you have some wool, or you have empty wagons for wool. So if you have that container wagon and it is empty, yeah. So the idea being, if you have an empty container wagon, you're going to go up this way. If not, I mean, if not, I'm not really sure what you're doing on this line. But I guess you'll just head back to the city? I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see it go. And then, like I said, we definitely need some refueling here. So I think I'm just going to put a refuel post. So go right. if you have a wagon of container and it's empty, because then you can go fill up on more clothes. Well, no, but also if you have loaded wool, so I guess, or you have any wool, you want to send it up there. Yeah, okay. Otherwise, go straight and just be on your merry way. All right, hopefully all that logic works. So let's launch him. So this is our cotton. So I just want to kind of get cotton going first and just make sure it's following all the rules. So he's going to run through the city, not have anything to do. And the first test is he actually goes. I'm just going to set him slowly because then you can kind of reverse him. Yeah, so he's going to head up here. And then he should go straight, yeah. And then he's entering this one-way mechanism, so he should go right. And then he should pick up this wool. And then because he has wool, or cloth or whatever, he should go that way. And then depending on his fuel situation, he would go down here, but he's fine, so he should go straight. He should always go straight here. And then over here, he should, yeah, go in. And then, yeah, we've got a different one-way loop here, but that's still a one-way loop. So this was set to, oh, this was always set to just go in. We don't care. And then he should drop off the wool. All right. Now, he just wants to go back and forth down here, and I do feel like, one problem we have is that the cloth train has to go through the wool station, which I'd rather it didn't. So what can we do about that? Do we do a cut around? We might have to. So if you've got if you're a clothing line, we're gonna send you around. I mean, I guess you can just join here. It's a little more congested, but then I'd have to do more logic. So if you're clothing, so wagon type container, that's it really. Then go right, otherwise go left, otherwise go straight. And over here, just, you know, this is always go straight. And same with you. You are always going left. Okay. So this is just a one-way cut through right here. And coming back, you know, same deal. There's no reason for the clothing line to turn around I can think of. And that's annoying. Alright, so I think we have to just gonna have to do it from here instead, I think, because we need room. Okay, so that should do it. Yeah, alright. And what I wanted to do here was just, I think can I do a little stop, like a waiting traffic, like a second traffic light here? Because you can't change the traffic light of the station, but we could have one just prior to the station before it pulls up. And this one is going to be, so because we can't do an if not, we're going to say do nothing. So just keep going if this station, the clothing, has a demand for wool. I think any demand for wool. Yeah. I mean, you could say and, you know, and there's wool here, but no. Okay, let's just try that for now. And so then it's going to sort of sit there, and then it will pull up and pick up whatever wool is there to take. So I think we're okay to try adding our clothing line as well. Although I have no idea about coming back. So the clothing will come back. It'll come back down this little one-way street. So, you know, essentially this train will never leave. It has no reason to ever leave this circuit, but the clothing line will come out this way. So I'm not worried about this one-way thing, or this little bit of an undoubled track. And this is a one-way circuit, so not to leave, but we actually we're always going to go in this way. That keeps our one-way strict. The issue is we do not want, and actually he can refuel here. That's fine. I'm fine with you refueling. Now this is the issue. Or like we don't see right now. It's saying always go up here for planks, but we might have a wool guy. So I think here we can just say go left only if you're of the plank persuasion. And you have any empty of those, because the clothing line's a different carriage, so we should be okay there. And then otherwise go right. Yeah, this is going to get very scary in the debugging. Let's go ahead and unlock and see how we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and buy our clothing train then. So there it goes. And yeah, let's just head him off and see what he does. So he should go straight. Oh, no, I screwed. Okay, so why are you not? Reverse up. And you stop. Ugh. Just gotta get it just right. It's hard to. You might touch this. It's very unclear when you can. Yeah, he has to get off that train. So. Okay. I didn't paint the damn thing blue, and clothing is blue. It's so annoying that you have to send them back to the depot to change their color. That is quite frustrating, honestly. So let's just say, or you have the wagon type of this for now. It's not ideal, but yeah, that just means your clothing. So okay. So he should go straight. There we go. All right. So that's gonna get our clothing up there. Let's see what's going on here. Ooh. What is happening here? That's not good. So why in the world did you not... See, your wool... Right, we just said keep going straight, but you need to keep... See, yeah, that's not correct. Okay, so here it is, go left if you have wool wagons. Any kind of wool wagon. Those are wool wagons, right? Got to remember the damn types. So go left if you're a wool wagon, otherwise go straight. Alright, you back up now. Alright, and forward. Okay, so he should just do... So he'll go onto his wall there. Meanwhile, how's our clothing guy doing? What is happening here? Oh, this needs tools. I did not realize. Okay, so he's going to keep doing circles as well, and this is the same thing. I want you to... but I can't have you hang out. If you have no clothes, I can't have you hang out because you'll block the wall guy. So, this is a waste of fuel right here. So he really does need a turnout. And we don't have a good option. This is a really ugly way to do it, but I think I will. Right? And then on this traffic light, what we care about is their clothing available. So keep going if our clothing station has goods available to pick up. Clothes. We'll just say any amount. That's fine. Okay. Otherwise, wait. Yeah. Oh, so this one needs to be keep going if this has clothes. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so he's just going to sit here forever, hopefully not burning fuel. And then what we just need to do here Oh, that's annoying. Okay. Okay. Otherwise... Yeah, okay, that's right. We think. Woo! Okay, so he should just be waiting there. Yeah. Alright. How's our wall guy doing? So the wall guy is moving again. But the problem is, of course, he's... Eventually this is going to have no demand for wool. And he should just stay put as well. What we need to do is get some tools up. Meanwhile, we've broken... Oh, I never started him again, so that jammed up a bunch of stuff. So, here's the issue with him. Question is... I think I'm just going to run another tool train. Yeah, then we need to figure out, so he's not he's utility, so he won't go right. So he'll do his thing here. Oh no, wait. Oh, so this is that whole if you're utility. So actually it's, yeah, we do want if you're a utility, if you're that or a utility car. There we go. Then go right, cut away, cut through, head up here, and all the things, and then yeah, always head right. So yeah, he should end up doing all that. So the only issue is I don't want him... Oh no, why did you... Oh, because he's the wall train. Okay. So annoying. Alright, so the wall train needs it entirely different. Come on, but that's okay, at least he's backing up where he came from. Okay, so what we need is... I don't understand why I sometimes... See, like... Why can't I select this? He's not really near it. Is it just because he's almost near it? Man, that inertia is really something. Okay, now I can do it. Maybe it's better that he's just stopped. Okay, so if the production area has closed, but that's not what we care about, or, and this is where it's like, or your wagon type is flat, yeah, I mean, if your wagon type's flat, always go right, basically. I never want you waiting. Yeah, okay, I think that might work. But we also need to account for the utility train up here too. So it's also going to be, or your wagon type is that, or your wagon type is utility. Okay. I feel like I would love essentially almost like you can, instead of colors, you can give them some sort of label and batch trains together. But I mean, then you get into routing. So I don't know, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. I don't know how scalable this is. It's going to be very interesting. Alright, but he's going to drop off more wool. And hopefully tools are on their way up here. I did not keep an eye. I don't see any tools, so... Okay, there he is. There he is. See, and he's blue. So why did our man... Oh, because he didn't. Because, yeah. Okay. Alright, so we have to add another condition. Go... Okay. Go left. We have to add a condition above this one. That I think is also, if you're blue, you're going straight. Like, blue people are always going straight down here. So let's just do that. Okay, so if you're blue, you're going straight. Okay. But that, yeah, okay. If you're blue, you're going straight. If you're blue, you're going straight. Otherwise, if you're any of these, you're going left. And then otherwise, you're going straight as well. But we need to cut off that first condition. I don't love a sort of if-else, double if-else here, but okay. Alright, now please go straight. Go straight. There we go. Alright. Please go straight again. Okay. Okay, now you're going to cut right, because we don't want you going to the wall station. Okay. Go around there. He's waiting. He's got nothing to deliver. And then you're gonna always head right. No, you don't. No, you don't, sucker. You're going. Stop it. No. Alright. Reverse. Why? So if you're cloth, or if you, yeah, so we just need, it's another one of these, so or you're a utility train, you're going to the right. So you eventually hit this point where you're like, I've got a condition to go right when it should be almost everything the other way, right? Okay, so he's gonna go right. You may or may not want some fuel by now. No, okay. And please just deliver some tools. And so he goes right here. Yeah, and he does not go straight. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, drop off those darn tools. Nice. Alright. And then he's got to go get some more tools, and hopefully he makes it all the way back. But now, we're actually making some clothes, and so he should light up like once those happen. Oh, so he's gonna go refuel. You're allowed to do that. Alright, let's actually check this, because people coming out of here, we didn't do everything here. Okay, so go right. Yeah, so it's sort of like... Yeah, it's that same link of stuff. Okay, so let's say if you have tools, then you're going to go right. Otherwise, you're not. So like, if you have something to do over here, if you have cloth to drop off, you have tools, or if you're an empty clothing wagon, you can go right. Otherwise, you're heading back home. What's your deal? And that's just fuel. Okay, so yeah, so let him fuel up. Okay. Alright, so you're heading home, I hope. You actually... Oh, we got some clothes? Nice. Okay, so he's just going to go pick up some clothes. And then what? He's just... I guess he's just low on fuel, so he's going to fuel up before he heads home. So let's actually make sure... Again... So it's... If there's more than one clothing thing empty, he's going to head back now. Which I guess is fine. So he sort of just kind of headed over to refuel. I don't hate that. So he's going to come back. He's sort of like left the station to refuel, and then in the time it took to refuel, that more clothes showed up. So he'll drop off the wool, and he'll go pick up the rest of the clothes. And whoa, you already made it back? Something's wrong there. We'll find out what's wrong with that picture. So there, he's maxed out on his clothes. Are you guys jammed up? Are you jammed up? Oh, I don't like that. You can't figure it out. Alright, well, something's wrong with this. Yeah. This is clearly not a very good connect, so maybe we'll back it up one square, maybe. Yeah, because that shouldn't happen. Does he actually have tools? He does. Wow, so in all that time he made it back. I didn't realize how quick that journey would be. Alright, I want to see these clothes get delivered. I mean, if the tool guy made it back, then you'd think... Okay, so yeah, so he's abiding by the one-way here, because this is a one-way. And then he didn't need to refuel. And then hopefully he goes right here instead of heading to the planks. Yep, perfect. And actually I'm not even sure what this is set to, so let's just always go into the city. Perfect. Alright. And this will be our first clothes drop-off. So, not as... What are you doing? What's your problem? There they go. I say, why aren't you dropping off the clothes? See, this I don't like. This gets jammed up for some reason. Sometimes it doesn't seem to, and sometimes it does. But alright, so what have we got here? So now, all of that's going to, and so now it's actually working. And I can't figure, I'm not sure, because it wasn't working before, we were delivering the other things. I don't know if it just has to be, all three have to be in stock at the exact same time for this to upgrade. So hopefully that will occur. I can't believe with 3 grain trains running, it still isn't meeting the needs, or it's very, you know, low. All right, did anything else break? You're just refilling. Everything's running. Got some of these things running at slow speed. Yeah, no reason to run at slow speed. My understanding is there is no fuel savings by running under speed. Yeah, see, he went in even though he was there, so I'm not sure why sometimes... It might be this side that's jammed up, like you cannot go in here if there's something like right here. I think it's just a little too over the line. Yeah. Okay. Alright, nothing jamming up. Oh, sure we could improve things quite a bit. Oh, I need to fix this. Yep, it did it again. Alright, let's fix that. You know what, I'm gonna cut, fix it, come back just so you get the closure. Okay, so hopefully that fixed it. The idea here is, well, so because we basically have this piece of track that has to be like a no-stop zone, I've put a traffic light here that simply says, if there is a train here, like stop right here. And that should hopefully prevent, in fact, I might even make it just even bigger. It's right up to the traffic light. And so that way, trains will stop here and they won't get jammed up, is the hope. Can't really test it right now because we've got this, but yeah, so he's coming back this way. We'll drop off his wool, come back that way, and, you know, yeah. But hopefully that should do it. So I think that's, you know, it's a good learning that, you know, you do, like, traffic lights are great for sort of these, you know, no blocking zones, no stopping zones. Oh, talking of, right there is another one, so... yeah. Oh, I hate to end on that. Okay, we're gonna jump cut again. Okay, so we did another one. This one's a much longer one. So essentially we have a light right here. It's just telling this to wait if there's any train on this one-way line here, because, you know, essentially if there is, then, you know, they could get jammed up. I almost want to just increase it just a tad, because you could get this situation where, like, this train is crossing right here, so it's blocking. And this just goes a little too early. So, yeah, we'll do it all the way to that. And then that way, yeah, it really should not be able to go green while there's someone on this track here. So anyway, we'll get him going again. And so yeah, the light is green. He's just gonna go on through. All right, so I think that's a good ending place. So you can see our empire here. We've expanded to clothing. And I'm not sure what's next. It's kind of waiting for this town to upgrade. It's gonna be a while. So probably when I come back next, this will be, we'll be right at the time to upgrade and see what we have to do next. All right, see ya later.